Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and whatever else is out there nowadays. This is Soldier with the Revolution Overwatch. We have another exciting game for everybody tonight, and another exciting cast from a couple of the boys here in our media team, as we call it right now. We have I think it's pronounced Vestera's Young Boys. And we have the Love Shack Gaming Academy. Tonight to cast for you with the match between those two teams, we have Fukumas, and Fukucast, whatever you want to call him. He has multiple names. And we have Bite Me, who's on again for a second time in a row. How you doing tonight, gentlemen?
I'm doing great, and I can hear your voice. I bet you're feeling so much better.
You can hear my voice better?
Yeah, no, you sound like yesterday you said you were sick.
Oh, yeah.
Come after that cold. Anyway, Fukumas, how do you feel about this game tonight?
Now, I really do. I'm gonna find this game very interesting. Love Shack Academy is always like a pleasure to watch purely because of how many players they have. Just seeing what they run on each map, and I can't say I know much about Young Boys. But, you know, I'm really excited to see what happens this match either way, so.
Yes, I am ready for this match, and my predictions are in, although you will not get to see them until after the map is chosen. But Fuku, I did put it in the chat, not our chat, but the media chat, so you know I can't be cheating, because I already predicted them. My big brain plays are coming up for the map predictions. Anyways, today we do have two great teams, like Soldier has said. We have Young Boys and Love Shacks. And Fuku, we were just talking about this. Love Shack just has an absolutely ginormous roster. I think 14 to 12 people.
Yeah, I believe they do actually have 12 people. It's a lot of people. I'm pretty sure that's the maximum you can have, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of insane. So, looking at these teams, you know, while we're at it, why don't we talk about the advantages and sort of disadvantages from, while we wait for this first game to start, of having a 12-man team? I mean, you have huge amount of flexibility. Everyone can play, you know, their comfort picks, but what are some problems that come up with having such a huge roster?
I would say, like, really just picking the right people for the right situation. And also the fact that some people might just not get enough playtime because of certain heroes they pick, or just because somebody might be better at those heroes than them, you know? That's kind of where the issues with a 12-man roster appear, because if you have just so many people, if you put in somebody wrong who's probably used to the comfort pick, you know, and if you're trying to make them flex onto like an off role that they might just not be used to, you might have some issues. So, you know.
Yeah, anyway. Oh my god. So we do have two Lucios, and I don't think Lucio is that great of a pick, but looks like we do. So look at this team comps, really, you know, sort of mirror comp right now. We do have one sniper and a sort of a Reaper May, which I would actually prefer. We have sort of shield break on one side and non-shield break, sort of the Reaper May thing that you see a lot of the times on this game. And the Halto comes out. Orisa is a little bit on the high wall right there, but you just can't function with the May Reaper when the May Reaper is already dead and out of there, and that's gonna be the first fight over in just a few seconds. With a nice pick to end it off.
Yeah, absolutely, just fantastic and fast fight, to be quite honest. Immediately, JV back in No Blood, just getting that Billy Holt hook onto the May. She did survive though, but you know that just created a lot of space. You know, Champ they had to just find that ice block, pretty much just taking them out of the fight for a few seconds. And May was very important for this comp.
And just look at how aggressive they're playing right now. This is Love Shack is not letting up at all. They win one fight, they go in for the kill, and their fangs are still out. They are not relenting at all. 22%, and they're basically sitting on Young Boys spawn. There's nothing that they can do about it. They're trying to get Crow and Jinx to get they're trying to give them some room, but the Halt hooks aren't coming out. Even with the lessons coming in, you see how little Love Shack is flinching. They're going back to the point. Even though Tabs is out, you don't have Jinx on the side. The huge tire comes out. Nayoon bringing in the kills as well. And that is going to be the next fight down. 50% and not a single flinch from Love.
Yeah, honestly, I feel almost as if the Mei Reaper combo, as we know, is incredibly powerful, but it's all about the Mei and Reaper synergy. Mei walls off somebody and then the Reaper just shreds them. But I just don't see the value coming out from these walls, which just allows for Love Shack to just simply Hulk hook and just spam into the berry because they have better shield break.
What do you look in for a good wall? Like, what would you define as a good Mei wall?
Either denying space, kind of like that, you know, allowing shield to recharge, or just splitting up.
Tex taken down some huge amount and no blood coming in there to mop it all up. That's gonna be the next fight, 80%, and I just don't think Young Boys is gonna have it really mentally in them to at least win this map.
Yeah, young boys, they are incredibly behind on ults. They're at most have a male, if even that, while on the side of Love Shack, they have 3 ults.
And they're gonna come in. They try walling off Hog. It works for a few seconds, but the damage is just not even gonna stop. J-Wreck comes in and just completely wrecks up the team. Jinx trying to do some backline damage, but this distraction doesn't mean anything if the tanks are already all dead. Yes, they can get tested for a little bit. Yes, they can get some more time on the clock, but his overtime slowly ticks down in. Ooh, the spin to win comp doesn't get there in time. That's going to be the first map, 100% 2-0 on the side of Love Shack.
Yeah, just absolutely dominating play, and I feel like at the end of the day, Love Shack really benefited from the fact that the Mei walls just weren't getting value, and the thing is, since they weren't getting value, they didn't have an alternate plan. Like, a lot of people run Abyssa Hog and then Mei Reaper instead of the Diva there, you know, for the Hulk hook combos, just in case, you know, you don't get an effective Mei wall or something, but they just didn't have that, meaning that Hulks were pretty much useless for the most part.
Yeah, and so now look at these comp changes. They don't have Mei Reaper anymore. They switched off of Lucio, so now they're going for Hanzo and Pharah. And do you think that's going to work out in the end for them?
Now, I'm not fully sure if Hammond is really that good anymore with the 2-2-2 lock. Now, Hammond's not bad by any means, but on this specific map, he used to be dominated because this used to be the triple DPS map. But honestly, I feel like Bunk is just way more effective and consistent.
Oh, that's a huge move! Jinx gets out both tanks, and this means that Young Boys is going to be able to get the space out. They just couldn't get last game, even though they are down a tank and a support. I'm sorry, but 2 tanks is way better than a tank and a support. That means that they're going to have this entire point all to themselves. This might be the space that they needed for this fight.
That happened so fast, like immediately after I said something. Wow.
Absolutely humongous, as we do see, you know, Love Shack, they're trying to come in from the right side. They're able to take out Jinx, and that's going to be huge. You don't have that back line, you know, annoyance anymore. That little fly on the back of your head, be like, hey, pay attention to me and not drive me. And then boom, you crash right into a semi-truck. But it doesn't matter. Kuro Tamps in, take out that semi-truck right there. Lakey, they're start laying down a little bit lower right now as he just gets taken out. Dreamer does falls off the edge a little bit, but that's something that a good team synergy just cannot tries to fix, but nothing really connects. Tex is doing so much work in the back, denies everything, and that is going to be, unless they forget it, but that is going to be the point switch off at 38%.
Yeah, honestly, just really great play from Tex coming in, instantly getting the pick onto the Pharah, and oh no, the stagger.
The stagger. The stagger.
The stagger is real. But like I was saying, you know, Tex immediately getting the pick onto Jinx just really secured that fight, like, almost immediately. It instantly made it a 5v6, allowing the, you know, the hog and the rest to just to, you know, pretty much just free spam.
Did Tex just win that? Tex just won the dogfight over there. Mia, they're gonna have to wait another few seconds for Jinx to come back. I honestly, if I was a Pharah, I just don't take air duels anymore because you have to be really good at them, and with the addition of the Hulk hook, but Tex doesn't care anymore. He's gonna get a 3-man sacrificing himself for the Lord and Savior that is his team. The 3-man is a little bit too big, although we don't see too much aggression coming out from Love Shack right now. They're pretty dead set on staying on this point, no matter how juicy those kills might look.
Yeah, they really should just stay on point because of the fact that they have the bucket. No, wow.
Okay, Wizard comes in, doesn't get it as J-Wreck comes in with the nano Bulldog and eats Dreamer up. Keep on dreaming, but nothing's gonna come on it. Now the fight is sort of rotated onto the point. Damage is coming out from both tanks, and this is a tank battle right now. Right, you want your DPS to go off, but you're looking at the tanks right now to do a vast amount of damage, and that is going to be the win again for Love Shack. There's nothing that Dreamer tries to come in, but she's all hooked.
Yeah, like again, like just a Bastion Orisa is just such a dominating comp, especially against like a very mobile comp like that. Ooh.
He's got ulted again. They don't even need it. I think that running dive against Hall tokens is such a bad idea, and we're seeing it happen right now. Why you really shouldn't be running dive against us unless you have it like really down. Which even then, it just doesn't really not that good. Already one pick off. Donut getting Jinx out. Crazy King gonna be able to trade, but with the bomb coming out and the damage showing on the side of Love Shack right now, you just have to feel bad for Young Boys. Nothing seems to be connecting. They tried running this dive comp, but it just is not working. They try coming in with Injustice. It does connect with a few tanks, 99, 38, but these tanks, they're actually doing a pretty good job holding Winston and D.Va, doing some jobs, but just not enough, as this first round is going to be going to Love Shack Gaming.
Yeah, definitely. Just a very dominating like play coming out from Love Shack. Like, you know, just showing that Bunker is really a powerful tool, even on like maps you wouldn't think it would be as powerful on, like, you know, well, John God. This is God, right? Yeah, this is God.
Absolutely nutty. What a great play by Jinx. Like, you know, you see someone out of position.
That was not just a play by Jinx actually. That was also a play by, I think, Dreamer, you know, immediately just doing the seismic slam, allowing for Jinx to get the boot.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, huge plays. So, what do you think on the side, like, of what I said earlier? Do you think that dive is still viable in this 2-2-2 lock meta while Hog and Orisa are just so powerful?
Yes, most definitely. Honestly, the way I look at the current 2-2-2 lock is there's 3 different mainstay comps that are currently really good, and that is Bunker, obviously, Ryan Zarya, believe it or not, and Dive. They kind of counter each other in a rock paper scissors kind of way. Dive beats Ryan Zarya beats Bunker beats Dive.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I see it, and at least what I've noticed from my games on 2-2-2 lock.
Yeah, and that's what Overwatch was compared to in its first few months and like years of being released. It's been called the rock paper scissors of esports. I mean, like, you have Bastion sort of beats Winston beats Genji, but Genji beats Bastion. So, this sort of rock paper scissors mentality goes off on these types of maps.
Yeah, 2-2-2, just a really exciting update. People constantly talk about it. I feel like it's constantly probably talked about on stream a lot because it's such a big thing that came to Overwatch.
And this next map is going to be Dorado. My prediction was incorrect. I called the Rialto, but it's just how it be. Do you think that we're going to be seeing some, pirate chip tonight?
Pirate chip? Honestly, I don't think so, unless young boys end up pulling it out. I have never seen Love Shack personally run a Bastion. Now, of course, I could be surprised. Who knows? And plus, Dorado is probably like one of the worst escort Bastion maps, to be completely frank. Maybe Rialto's up there too, but it's definitely no junk. Let's just say that.
Yeah, you can't. Come on, Junktown, the best map to be running it on. And so, what do you expect to see out of Dorado from these two teams?
Dorado, honestly, on attack, I do actually on defense. I see a lot of Bunker. Obviously, that's just a really good point, like good first point defense. On attack, though, it can vary. I do see some team run very heavy counter Bunker. Now, the counter Bunker I see can vary. It can go from something along the lines of cyber dive, just to instantly team wipe, or it could just be a fair, and as long as they don't have a hit scan, you play relatively fine. I don't know. I see a lot of counter Bunker, and then I also see a lot of Bunker. That's kind of it, though.
Okay. So we are getting ready to go into this next map. Are you excited? Because I think so. I was just talking with Thothgod about this, and we're talking about how control point doesn't dictate the rest of the matches. A team might not run so well on control point, but they're actually pretty good on some other maps, which was proven last night in a really big game from the Ashes versus Freaks and Beaks, where Freaks and Beaks got completely rolled first map, Ilios, and then they just completely went off and really gave, you know, from the Ashes a run for their money, and actually ended up pulling the win, getting that undefeated title. So, you know, this isn't the end for Young Boys. Young Boys definitely still has a chance to come back and show Love Shack that they also have what it takes to play.
Yeah, control honestly means absolutely nothing unless it's the final map. That's kind of what it comes down to. Some teams are really good at control while others are just, well, just that. They're pretty meh or mediocre at it. It's just one of those things.
So if you were to say what type of, you know, control, 2CP, escort, or hybrid, what do you think would be the... thank you, Low Fat Ham, for giving us 100 bits. We really do appreciate every little bit, and every tiny little bit really does help, especially my wallet. But anyway, what I was talking about. So, what do you think is most? Of course, like having a diverse, you know, being well-rounded is the best. But what do you think is like, if you had to hyper focus on one, which one would you hyper focus on?
I would personally say hybrid, because you kind of get a mix of all the maps that way, except for, you know, obviously control point. You have to push a payload through a map, you have to capture a point, you know, that helps with all map types to a certain extent, you know? So in my opinion, that would be the best possible option if you had to go with only one.
We just saw a little scout there from Jinx going up Sombra, making sure. Ooh, and we have a little bit of a sneaky beaky play right now. They're going from underground, but I'm sorry, Young Boys, but Love Shack already knows they already know you're down there. Like they're setting up. They have Lakey just putting in the damage. The shield break is what they need. Huge nade comes out, antis the Lucio, and now the real damage coming out. I really want to see Javrek come out and get a really nice hook, but it seems like he's gonna be a little bit patient on his hook. They're dropping down now, wanting to deal some real damage, and that Zarya is so high charged. Right now goes for a charge, gets taken out by Javrek, and that is going to be the end of the fight. Trying to go sneaky peeky, but nothing connects.
Yeah, honestly, I find it very interesting that Jinx was actually the one left onto the payload. You know, fair. Now, I get it to a certain extent. Fair can't really go underground with you, but I don't know. I find it very odd. You expect something else like a Hanzo or something, you know, something long range that could spam from the payload while keeping it moving.
As we go into this next fight, Jinx looking for some picks, going above the roof, trying to find someone to hit off his rockets on. Come on, let him get that big damage, but no one's letting it. Their streaks are so good. We see an initiation hook from Javrek, hitting Crazy Kings, dethroning him right there. Tex removing Jinx's wings, and now the fight is really gonna start. We see the aggressive push from Love Shack right now, but you just have to sort of worry for Young Boys right now. They're having such a hard time. 2 minutes left on this push with 3 ults, and Love Shack has all their ults too.
Yeah, honestly, in my opinion, Young Boys should be winning these engagements purely because of the tank fight alone. And now, I do personally think that they should switch off the Pharah at this point instead of possibly pick up a Junk, or hell, maybe even run the Mei Reaper comp that a lot of people tend to like nowadays. But, you know, like, they should win this.
Oh! What? That was actually sort of stupid. Tex goes in the back, pops it, Trace tries to stop him from going all high noon and just denies everything. What a risky play. I don't think that he should have done it, but it worked out.
I mean, like, hey, sometimes you gotta be stupid, you know? You gotta do something very risky, and hey, if it works out, I mean, I see no negatives.
It works out. Tex, something needs to change. Like, he's holding on to his ult, and I can tell why, but like, he's just not helping him out right now. Oh, and look at this tire. Look at this tire. It's coming. They don't see it. And he's a 3-man. Lakey bringing in the real cash money right now. Tech's going to get a little pick off on the side, but it really doesn't matter. 1 minute, and they haven't even gotten past the archway.
60 seconds.
Yeah, like, honestly, I know why they're staying onto the Pharah at this point, because, you know, she has ult. Maybe they could do something with it. After all, they do have 6 ultimates. They have to win this next engagement, or else it might just be over straight up. But, you know, I find it so confusing why they were on the Pharah for so long, because they have a McCree, they have a way to counter it.
And here comes the Justice like you're talking about, but Javrek is completely stopping it. They try to drag it in, but ooh, it comes out. What a great play by Zenyatta, popping his ult, bringing in the full heals right now. Javrek is not going to die today. They're going desperation. They're making Jinx want Bastion right now. Ooh.
Yeah, at the moment, like, Love Shack, they currently have 0 ultimates versus, well, Young Boys 3 entire ultimates. Like, they have to do something. It's just that simple.
Oh, and they get a huge shatter out. Jinx Dreamer, not dreaming anymore. His dreams are becoming a reality. Gonna be able to get that full off. 4 kills off on that shatter too. They're gonna be able to get back. That is gonna be overtime, but it's gonna be the point for them as well. They're gonna have a few more minutes to try to push this even further.
Yeah, definitely. Like, honestly, I don't really think they should have won that, really, because of, like, how badly they were kind of going in. Just, how long they stuck to that. But it did work out. They did have the ult advantage at the very end. And after all, final fight is all that really matters at the end of the day. If you win every single final fight, then you can't lose.
Yeah, and here we do see not big, we do see Tex coming in the back, trying to deal some damage to the Bastion, but Jinx is not having it. Hey, you denied me from playing Pharah, so now I'm denying you from playing Pharah. A big anti coming out, but right now they sort of want to run this Bastion. They want to try doing as much damage as possible. They just want to pirate chip all the way, not gonna lie. That's what they want to do.
Yeah, whenever you ask me, if they were gonna run, Bastion here or not, I thought they were gonna do it on defense at most. This is not what I expected.
Good Text goes in, tries to take out Jinx. He falls a little bit low, but he is not budging. He is a sword set in stone. He is Excalibur, and he might be pulling a lot of the weight for Young Boys to try to pull this.
Yeah, this is working out really well for Young Boys at the moment, purely because, they can't reliably do anything against this Bastion. They just up as I say that.
Other than a really fat nade coming off of Crazy King with the nuclear strike inbound, getting that kill streak in COD is what's going to save them. They get to second point, which I think is absolutely huge. Going from basically teetering on overtime to 2 minutes on second point is extremely well. Hopefully, we see Young Boys are able to, now that they have the confidence that they really needed, they're going to be pushing the point a little bit further.
Yeah, like I said, like Reinhardt, Zarya, just really good combo against, Bunker. Now, granted, they did have a D.Va. I think that's just a DM Bastion, but the same rule still applies. It's a lot better than Bunker in general, really. But
that was a really good nade.
Yeah, but now it seems that Love Shack is actually comping the tank line.
Yeah, Tex trying to do some lot of damage in. With the help of J-Breck, they're going to take Jinx out of the equation, and I think Jinx being out of the equation is going to lead to a victory. In the side is Lake. He's doing some damage right now. He's looking to get some shield break, try to just do some splash damage right there, and Big's gonna get staggered, like it tends to be.
Yeah. I mean, like, now they all regrouping, ultimates on both sides. Looking really good for Young Boys at the moment, And granted, Love Shack, they have a lot of their own ultimates at the same time, but, they're a little behind, to say the least,
Yeah, so they're trying to go in right now. They're still running. Jinx, I think, is a huge mistake right now. As soon as you're off the cart, even if you have Altus Bastion, talk of time just is not good enough. They're going to try to wheel him. Watch this wheel. It's going in the backline, trying to find someone who's going to connect with. He's looking to bring some pins down. It just doesn't connect with anyone, though. Sadly enough, seems like Young Boys is going to be living for this next fight. As they talk of time, they're trying to bring in the excavation, but Tex is going to try to deny it. With the fires being rocked right now, the nano boost being popped, the Young Boys going to be able to get a foothold on this climbing wall right now. Sustain's going to come off, even though I don't think it was really needed. They're already trying to push the point a little bit further. The aggressive plays are coming out from D.Va right now, and now they just want to establish their even bigger foothold to see how much further that they can push this.
Yeah, the Young Boys, like, they used the entire full ultimates to win that fight now, and now, Love Shack Gaming, they're coming back with Shadow, they're coming back with Bomb, they're coming back with Valve, like...
Score 0-2.
Oh, I guess my Discord crashed. I wonder why I was so quiet in here. So, yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? This is extremely awkward. I'm extremely sick too. Let's see if we can get Discord back up. So yeah, things happened, people died, the cart moved, Tex was blowing people up. It was a great time, let me tell you. My predictions are there will be some fire and some gunshots and possibly some arrows flung around. And the cart will probably be moved more likely around this corner. Why is Discord not coming up?
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
There we go. Slowly but surely it will load. And we will not be here awkwardly.
Here,
Talking.
you know.
Hey,
a
there
bit
they
of,
are.
Technical difficulties. Soldier, everything good now?
Yeah, we're up.
Okay, perfect. So what do you see out of this comp right now? Is we're gonna sort of ignore that the first push is happening right now?
Yeah, you know, Bunker coming out very, like, a very attack Bunker base. Like, you know, this is actually going to be a lot better coming out from the side of Love Shack, really, because, like, Bunker is a lot better at range than the current comp of Young Boys, and that's just kind of the facts of the matter right now, you know, especially with Tex onto that bear, just getting a lot of free spam.
And the Hulk is just so good, isn't it?
Oh no, it is insane.
Wait, they are gonna get some free push right now, but Zarya is so high charged. And while we're at it, why don't we talk about the changes that make Zarya, Mei, like Symmetra, and Moira, I think, extremely good.
Oh yeah, the new beam changes, like, they really do, like, this is actually the reason why Zarya is, like, such a powerful pick right now, and that's purely because of the fact that Zarya now actually does more consistent damage, especially on moving targets. Because it's hard to kind of explain just to look at the patch notes if you really want to get it fully, but it pretty much just means damage is now going to be more consistent on moving targets. Beforehand, it would do a lot less damage if the target was, you know, getting away from your beam and you had to re-attack to them, right? But now it's actually pretty much doing relatively the same amount of damage, maybe a little less.
Yeah, and ooh, I honestly like. So now you're not gonna be seeing that much. Like, have you seen Symmetra on like the Orisa Sigma Symmetra now? It's sort of nutty.
Oh, I absolutely hate that comp. I also see a Bastion win with that exact same comp a lot too. It is incredibly annoying comp, but that's more of like one of those comps, you know?
So it seems like in this next fight, you know, Love Shack, they're sort of struggling to come in there. Jinx and be able to take out, you know, I think one of the biggest annoyances that Love Shack was having right then and there. So Young Boys can have a little bit of a foothold to try to hold this, although they seem like they're gonna be like, you know what, you've won this fight, we're just gonna back off. They're hoping to hold Zarya's charge a little bit more readily, but with the Shatter coming out, now they're wanting to do some damage. Ty got a few kills. Sad that they did get to the first 4 minutes, because the other two.
Yeah, like, honestly, I think just a little bit of, like, misplay and maybe miscommunication coming out from Young Boys. You know, they went in and tried to shatter, they tried to tie it to, in order to save it, and they might have been able to save it if somebody was touching point, but no real touching point. And, you know, it just goes like that sometimes.
And so now we go into the second. So what do you need to see from Young Boys in order to regain their foothold? Because they were doing pretty good on that first point for a while.
Yeah, Young Boys, honestly, Young Boys, they currently have a whole lot of ults, but at the same exact time, Love Shack has a lot more ults. So, in my opinion, they're probably going to lose this fight. I think they should really take an early fight here.
Oh. Yeah, the nail blade comes out as well as the grab right now. Lakey doing some damage right now, getting Jinx out, but it just doesn't feel like the connect. Jinx is doing so much work right now, taking out both DPS, and now the real damage is gonna hit. They're gonna try to res Jinx, they're gonna try to res Tex, and it is gonna work, but the coalescence is coming out, and the damage and healing is at its optimal, most highest forms when these nice support ults, the good sustain comes out. 3 minutes left on the clock, and they're still pushing hard. No real contention from Young Boys out right now. You can see, like, they want to do damage, they want to go in there, but nothing really seems to be connecting. Like, they pop ults, but then they just don't follow up on them, which isn't the best. You don't want to be looking forward to doing that when you're doing defense. And what Tech's doing right now, they're playing to their advantage. They know that young boys, they're not going to commit to these ults. Like, they know that they are going to create space for them no matter what. Like, yes, we do see great plays come out from young boys, but they just don't want to commit. Like, they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think young boys, they really just need to go aggressive onto them, especially whenever they meet that bridge. Because then, you notice how they only really had one fight on the entirety of third point? That was because of how slow that fight was. They never went into them, and that's pretty much the strength of Ryan Zarya, just getting into the face of the enemy, and the strength of Bunker is being able to spam out your enemy before they can even get it.
Yeah,
So,
and
they need to play a lot more aggressive if they want to win.
And this aggressive mentality on defense is sort of hard to grasp it when you first come to the game, but you know, after a while you sort of used to, oh yeah, when you're up you gotta play aggressive, but the Nano Blade comes out. We do see Genji looking for some Piñatas to hit right now. Lakey getting Crow. He's looking for a few more to get some nice candy out, and they're pulling it up right now. They're taking out everyone. Only Crazy King and Big are left, but Crazy King is about to fall down, and you bet it's not going to be staggered. They want to get this card far, and they want to get it there. Now, aggressive plays is exactly what you're going to be seeing out of Love Shack right now, as they are going to get the point all the way, and that's going to be second map to LSGA.
Yeah, just honestly, again, we're gonna run that Ryan Zarya, which they clearly tend to like. They have to play aggressive into the bunker. It's just that simple. And I know bunker's scary, especially with the Roadhog, it does a lot of damage close range, but Ryan Zarya will be a Hog in close range combat. That's just how it is. You can't just sit there, like, you know, waiting for something to happen or wait for your DPS to kill them, because you're not creating space for them. You're not allowing the DPS to do the job. Ryan Zarya need to play a lot more aggressive if they want to, you know, clutch it against their bunker comps.
Which is why, you know, Hammond was so popular back in Triple DPS, because Hammond created so much space. You know, so much room for these DPS to actually work.
Yeah, like Hammond is without a doubt probably the best tank, or at least the best solo tank in the entire game for making space. He just creates so much space, and pretty much all of it on his own. He's kind of like a main tank, but also like an off tank at the same time, which is why he's able to do it. He has enough movement to get in and get out. He has the survivability to, you know, with his adaptive shields. And, you know, he's really good at making space. It's just that simple.
Next map is going to be Hanamura, meaning that my prediction for 2CP is correct. Like it always, like, does anyone ever pick anything else other than Hanamura?
I do see some teams pick Anubis, actually. Some people like Anubis for some odd reason.
Whoa!
Hey,
People
don't
play
be talking
Anubis.
crap on my Anubis boy.
People play Anubis? Whoa!
Hey, listen, let's look on the bright side. Anubis is better than Horizon and Pit, so, you know, I don't mind.
Oh, you're gonna diss my man Paris now, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Wow, okay. Yeah, okay, how about after the casting, we do a little caster 1v1?
A caster 1v1? How so?
We force Soldier to keep the stream going, and then we duke it out.
No.
Yes.
I don't know.
Anyway, going on to this next map, we are waiting. There's a tad bit of a break. So, is there anything that you, other than like playing a little bit more aggressive, in comfort picks? I feel like that's what I feel like comfort picks is what's sort of screwing with young boys right now. Like, they're going for these comfort picks when, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't comfort pick a Winston into a Reaper. That sort of seems like a weird play, and I think that's what young boys is doing.
I think that more so comes down to failure to adapt to the enemy comp, which is something very common you see in, well, teams, and especially not super high-level teams, you know? They don't tend to switch based off what the enemy is running. Like, if an enemy is running, you know, hard dive, and you don't run some way to stop the dive is going to destroy you. If you don't run some way to beat the bunker, or mirror bunker, then bunker's going to beat you. That's just how it kind of goes.
Gotta run Ryan Zarya into bunker, as you should.
Ryan Zarya is fine against bunker. It's actually really good against bunker. It's literally just that you have to play a lot more aggressive with that comp into, well, Arisa bunker. Arisa bunker cannot physically handle that kind of thing.
Aggressive is the way to play in Overwatch. If you don't play aggressive, I mean, you might as well just call your competitive career dead.
Listen, if you're not charging into the enemy team as Reinhardt and instantly feeding, then are you even a Reinhardt main?
If you're not feeding as Reinhardt, are you really playing Overwatch?
Exactly, man. Now, anyways, back to the game. I do think they did get some switches, did they not?
Coming from Left Shack Gaming, I would not be surprised if they did.
Yeah, they took out Naun and put in Kaneki. And they also took out somebody called Donut and put somebody called Pink on.
Pink Pachimari and Kaneki 4. Kaneki 4.
Okay.
These are all very weird names.
Yeah. I mean, my name's not much better, to be frank.
True.
Hey guys.
Where did your name come from anyways? Give us a little background on Fuku Mouse.
Well, I want to kind of... Well, you see, my original name was... I'm not going to be try to curse here, but it was a effing loser, just to be frank. Now, obviously that name got banned because it had the F word in it. So, I named myself Fuku Bnet to kind of spite, Battle.net for, banning my name. That got banned. And then a friend of mine, whose name was Mass at the time, he bought me a name change because they wouldn't let me have another name change. And he kind of just, named the account after himself just because he's a dickhead.
As he should.
I said I wasn't gonna curse, but... yeah, but you get what I mean. Like, it's just my name now, and I'm too lazy to buy a name change, so...
I'm too cheap to buy a name change.
Tell me about it.
I am rolling with the OG randomizer name, Deadly Kitten on my BNet.
I mean, at this point, it's almost cheaper to buy Overwatch than it is to change your name.
Honestly. Soon Overwatch is going to be free.
That is... Actually, yeah, that's a very valid possibility, honestly. Especially
And then I can finally rank up faster.
I mean, like, I'm kind of interested to see if, they actually announce Overwatch 2. I don't believe that.
It's never gonna. Why would they ever announce Overwatch 2?
Because it's meant to be like a quote-unquote PvE kind of thing. Like, it's pretty much meant to be the story mode of Overwatch.
Oh, yeah, I'd buy that. That would actually be pretty fun.
I'd buy it too, but I don't believe it. It's supposed to be announced at BlizzCon. I don't believe it at all.
Speculation here with Bite Me, Soldier, and Fuku. But Soldier, what do you want out of Overwatch 2, which is totally going to be announced at BlizzCon this year?
I want... I don't know. It really irks me that everybody is so hardcore that everything has to be a meta. I would love some kind of balance where every character has a purpose and can be pretty much played at any time, and you don't get complained at or bitched at for not staying to the meta. But I know that's going to be almost extremely impossible, but that's my wish list.
I think PvE would actually fix that. Because now you don't really have to care. I mean, like, yeah, you have leaderboards to care about, but like, I mean, like, why are you running this? It's PvE, dog. What are you complaining about?
Yeah, I don't think meta would be that much of an issue whenever it's PvE related. But anyways, the teams seem to be ready to actually stop the game, so let's get right back into it.
Hey guys, welcome to Overwatch. I mean, Revolutionary Overwatch, not Overwatch 2. That's sorry about that. A little bit of a mistake. I came from the future. It's a little bit difficult to distinguish times at this point. Anyway, we are gonna be seeing Jinx on. Sorry, a new character I can't announce yet. Anyway, we're totally gonna be seeing the May Reaper on both sides, aren't we?
I would not be surprised. This is a very May Reaper dependent map, especially on first point on both sides. Although, I'm kind of a fan of the Symmetra strat on attack. Not gonna lie.
Stop! Uninstall the game.
It's such a cheesy strat.
Uninstall the game.
Okay, you like Bastion. You're not allowed to talk to me like that.
Uh-oh. Okay, so what do you like about the sim strat?
The sim strat, it's really funny to watch, just to be frank. It's absolutely terrible to play against and also kind of boring to play in, but whenever you're not having to deal with it, it's funny to watch an enemy team just get shredded because of Symmetra existed.
Can't do anything about it. It's like, oh, sir, what do you do about it? You gotta get good at the game. Nah, I'm joking. There are some counters to Symmetra, but it's a little bit harder. Anyways, we will be going into this next map. Fuku wants to see some sim. We all know what we're actually going to be getting is naturally going to be Reaper May. But if I'm correct, Sigma is actually live for everyone. I sort of forgot about that. I'm sort of confused why we haven't seen like at least someone run Sig.
I was actually very confused. I didn't see that at all last night.
Yeah, that was sort of like, oh, okay.
Sigma, like, I think a lot of teams are currently kind of practicing him in scrims rather than actually doing them in, like, you know, official matches. He's a new hero, you know, you gotta have to test the waters with him. I feel like he's probably
so
gonna be...
good. Come on, Sigma, Orisa.
Sigma is way too powerful. His damage output is insane, and he has debatably one of the best barriers in the game. And pair that with Orisa, who has the best barrier in the game, like, no doubt. You know, it's just, it's a lot of shield.
Not only that, but he has a defense matrix that gives him shield.
Yeah, and he also has an ultimate that can make you C9.
Yeah, it's Sigma 9 is a little bit too powerful. I'm not gonna. They need to do a rework.
Yeah, yeah. In my opinion, I agree. I honestly, I know that his whole stick is that, you know, he does a lot of damage, but it's hard to aim. But to be honest, Sigma's just like he's just like a complete like.
How is Sigma hard to aim?
Destroy.
Wait a minute, what?
He's hard to aim on like anyone on like a single target. Now, against Bunker, that doesn't really matter because everyone's grouped up. That's kind of the thing. That's why he's so powerful against Bunker. He can ricochet over he can shoot it over the barrier. He can ricochet it off a wall into them directly behind. You know, he's not hard to play if you're battling Bunker, but if you're battling, you know, other comps like, you know, especially something like Dive, good luck. Good luck.
I mean, his projectile speed is similar to that of I think Genji. Right?
Well, it's not his projectile speed that's necessarily the issue. It's actually the weird arc that kind of comes with it. He kind of travels at like a weird arc. It's kind of like with Hanzo Arrow. You know how Hanzo Arrow has like a trajectory or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It goes down slightly. It's kind of like that, but with, well, you know, Sigma balls.
Well, Sigma can't headshot, so you don't really need to aim in a particular direction.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, if you want the maximum amount of damage, which I think is 60 damage per ball, you have to hit like a direct shot. That's just how it is.
That's a little bit too much. 60. That's 120. That's a far strike.
5.
Yeah, like instantly from a tank. You know?
Yeah, and you can rock smash. You can rock throw into someone and then go straight for Sigma balls, which is gonna do like right around 300, 250-ish damage.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, back to the game.
Back to Sigma, because we're not seeing it apparently. We do see them running Ryan Zarya, so if this is the point where they want to start, you know, bullying Love Shack for playing Bunker, this is the moment.
Yeah, they are currently making some switches onto Hanzo Bastion. Oh.
Huh. Okay.
Very interesting.
Interesting. Okay. They go into this first fight looking a little bit proud of themselves, having Dreamer swing around his sword. Jinx payloads up, starts firing down range, but without the Reinhardt, you can't really do anything about it. And Kaneki and Tex are going to be cleaning up everyone. That's why you need Dreamer to stay there. The Bastion just doesn't look too good right now.
Yeah. I'm sure, as you probably noticed, like, all Love Shack had to do was kind of, you know, walk away from the Bastion's line of sight, and then they just took out the tanks. Like, it really wasn't that difficult. Like, that's kind of the thing. You have to play aggressive, and Bastion just does not allow for aggressive play style.
Yeah, that's like about a minute already shaving off your time. And they had to do a few switches too. Jinx on Genji, Crow Champ gonna be on Sombra, so maybe hoping to do like a sort of cyber dive on the side. But right now we see Jinx trying to fight Tex right now, and it just isn't working out for him. He goes in, nothing works out. The anti comes out, and now we see Love Shack coming in and doing a huge amount of damage. That's gonna be another fight, 1-2 minutes.
Yeah, Love Shack only had to use one ultimate to win that fight as well, which is debatably one of the weakest ultimates besides, you know, maybe McCreel. And, you know, currently, Big Boys, I think, what's the name? Young Boys, yeah. Young Boys, they currently only coming up on Shadow and Moira, while Love Shack Gaming, they have Nano, they have High Newton, they have Kaya, they even have Bullhog, like... Whoa!
Both DPS are having so much trouble doing anything. Blakey, Tex bringing in the damage. They do not even care anymore. They see Jinx, they see anyone hit it, it's already done. Fight's not gonna last more than 5 seconds at this point.
Yeah, like, what I noticed from that specific, like, instance was that, you know, Jinx and, Co-Champ, yeah, Co-Champ, they seem to really want to, like, kind of assassinate the McCree together, you know, both of them dive on them at the same time, but Junker just went up there and immediately punished them. You know,
They
not
try
really...
going in again, but Jimmy taking out Zari is going to face the same fate. 1 minute. And a hook!
Yeah, really big stack coming out from J Red, like... I mean, it's just dominant at this point, you know? Now, of course, they can still clutch this at the very end. Like, a lot of teams clutch it at the very last second purely because of ult. But let's see what happens during this fight, because this fight might decide all of it right here and now.
But Nada gets taken out. Lakey is doing so much damage. He's just throwing out his grenades. Right. Look at this man. He's not even in choke right now. He's 5 miles behind, just throwing around his grenades. 3 ults on the side of Young Boys. 6 ults on the side of Love Shack, and they're gonna pop bongos for this fight, and you know it. Look how passive Young Boys is playing. They're gonna try coming in. They're just setting up right now, wasting time. 20 seconds, they come in. Bongos doesn't come out, but we do see Trans come out as a grab. They're just countering everything. They try to tire it all out. They're trying to tire them out. 2 kills, and like you said, the clutch, it's not gonna happen. Crazy King's gonna fall down as well, and that is going to be first round full hold.
Yeah, just an absolute dominant play coming out from the side of Love Shack Gaming, and again, like, I feel like they just need to really play that Vine Zarya just a lot more aggressive and kind of just go into the Rissa Hog. And now, of course, you're not going to kill them immediately, right? Because, you know, they're Rissa Hog, but that's not really the job of Vine Zarya. It's like the job of them is to simply make space for the DPS to go onto them and then get the kills. And I'm just not seeing the aggression onto the bunker guard.
Okay, so what do you think that we're going to be seeing out from the side of Young Boys and Love Shack? Are we going to see another Bastion come out from Love Boys or Young Boys, and what are we going to be seeing out of the Love Shack? Because I think that they might predict a Bastion.
I am completely, like, I would not be surprised if there's a Bastion coming out from Young Boys, because they have to full hold it, and Bastion's the most reliable way to do that. Although, the thing is, it can easily be counted. And look, there are Bastions on both sides, actually. Very interesting. Oh my, Symmetra Strat, boys!
No, they're doing Symmetra Strat, but they are bunkering. They're doing the full 9 yards.
If there's not enough barriers, dude, there's just not enough.
Can we get a Sigma instead of Big, please? That's what I want to see right now.
Although, believe it or not, one of the worst and best counters to the Symmetra Strat is a really well coordinated Bastion bunker. Now, the thing is, Bastion is fast enough to destroy the teleporter, or at least the exit teleporter, before everyone can reliably teleport through it. So, you know, as long as they can kind of coordinate that and they notice it before it happens, they might just be able to instantly shut it down.
And now it's gonna happen. I mean, they are running their own Bastion, and I'm sure, yeah, they're gonna do exactly what. The Sim strat, and it's directly on point as well. They can just set up now. The Bastions that have nothing to do with this. They're gonna try to do whatever they must. Oh, but they don't even have time to contest. I totally forgot that it was a full hold. They didn't even need that much damage left, and that is going to be the 3rd map. Doesn't matter what happens now. Love Shack Gaming Academy wins.
Yeah, Love Shack Gaming, like, really just, like, that was just dominant play.
I think that was the fastest Automura I've ever seen in my life.
That is speedy.
That was insanely fast, yeah. A full hold followed by an immediate cap with a Symmetra Strat. Wow.
I wasn't even expecting that. I was expecting Young Boys to hop on point a little bit faster, so I was still going on about that, but that was fast.
I actually think that Rissa pulled the Roadhog off of point before you could touch, which was, you know, really good play if that's what happened, but I think I noticed that.
Can we get a replay, Soldier?
Unfortunately, a replay of what exactly?
Can someone clip that? Can someone, I need to see that again later. That is...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
What, just the whole thing?
Yeah, just the whole, like, just the entire push.
Yeah, you know, yeah, it should be the entire push.
And of course it's gonna be King's Row.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back and clip it. Do us a solid.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Shape is on here. She is a part of the admin team, and if she's listening, Shapey, you should clip that. Clip that push.
Yeah, Shape, come on. Come on, Shape.
Yeah, Shape. Shape. Thank you.
Come on, shape up.
Okay. I think I want a new partner. Not gonna lie.
I don't blame you.
Okay.
This one's sort of a bad pun. I don't like it.
Okay. Bye.
Can I buy a new caster? Is that possible?
Yeah. Here, just PayPal me 300, and then I'll get like beat. Come on.
Hot in your face. I have negative $5 in my bank account. What now? You
Hog.
fool? What now,
Hog.
you fool?
Hoggers.
Okay, yeah, we're ready. Now.
They subbing out everyone? Hold on.
Are they? They might be.
Battle. Okay, no. Keeping everyone in. They're not really doing that much. No really big flexes out. They did bring in Minx Gen, which I don't think we've seen him before. But ready to get some big plays in for this last map, King's Row. Do you think that we're gonna be seeing another full hold?
I mean, honestly, it would not surprise me, but at the same time, Kings Row is one, like, I've seen a lot of teams get absolutely dominated during the first 3 maps, but then suddenly, they just kind of, they are able to clutch it out at the end. So, it'd be nice to at least see, like, young boys get past first point, like, see a little bit of the entire map, that'd be nice. Actually, who's attacking first? Yeah, it's young boys. Young boys are attacking first.
Said young boys. Keep your feet off the ground. Okay. Are we going to be seeing young boys pull the Symmetra strat? Real questions.
Symmetra strat on Kings Row, dude. That is so unreliable.
I remember yesterday when we were watching, when we were casting the game with Thoth God, we saw, I can't remember if it was, I think it was from the Ashes did the Symmetra strat, but they did it completely complicated and ended up wasting like a minute and a half. So it's nice to see a team actually just go straight to point, because I think straight to point is just the best way to play Sim strat.
Yeah. Lita is actually going to be on that Mei, though, and I'm surprised I haven't seen more Mei, honestly, because Mei's just like a really dominant hero pick, and especially on something like King's Row, she's good on both like first point and second in the early points of second point. So, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more Mei.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more Double Sniper. I think Double Sniper is absolutely broken at this point, and it's really good if you can play it. If you can play a really nice, well-rounded Hanzo and Widow, it seems like we are going to see a nice wall came out, but stop. You can't really stop Hammond. I think this might be young boys, fall if they do continue running this Dreamer getting picked up. If they do continue running the Hammond, I just don't think it's going to work out for them.
They do actually have spawn advantage, though, and the fact that they were able to pick off Hex might actually say otherwise. Now, Force up, they actually missed the halt look, so this is actually looking pretty decent for young boys at the moment, all things considered. It's actually a 5v6.
Oh, this is once again. I'm gonna be honest, there's a little bit to be desired from Lita's, walls right now. We do see Mace get pulled. An anti comes out, and it seems as if some damage is coming up on the Dreamer right now. He's not gonna live in. Dreamer seems to always be the first one picked up on this whole thing. Lita's gonna get walled, gonna get hooked, and it just sort of seems like nothing's really working out for young boys. Like, they had that advantage, like you said earlier, but they just didn't play aggressive on it, and now they sort of lost their window of opportunity.
Yeah, I was actually about to say that Dreamers really should be switching off the Hammond at this point, because Mei is really gonna just shut you down hard. They should have switched off the Hammond the moment they saw the Mei, but now they're onto the bunker comp. They have Hanzo, they have Junkrat, they have better shield break than on the side of Love Shack. So this might actually be nice to see here.
Oh, but now this is what you want when you see a wall. Huge plays, it almost off the entire team. You got a little nice split off there, and now the damage is going to be coming off. This is the difference between Love Shack and Young Boys, the aggressive nature of Love. Just see them, they get an advantage, and they just capitalize on it.
Yeah, honestly, aggression is such a powerful thing in Overwatch, but it has to be used sparingly, And Love Shack are really finding a pretty decent balance all things,
So coming on, they try to bring in the Dragons and Tyre. They're looking for some big plays right there. Oh, they're able to get Peaky, Pink, and Minx Gen, but they're gonna rebuttal with a freeze and their own Dragons taking out way more than Love could have possibly predicted. Y'all getting completely drowned out.
Okay, I don't usually say this, but that play was absolutely beautiful coming from Love Shack. Using the Mei and Hanzo ults and then even using the hole in order to pull it into the Hanzo. Why everyone's being frozen? Just beautiful execution coming out from Love Shack, winning that fight.
Absolutely. Apollo comes out, gets hugged. Crazy King is about to be dethroned. Walks straight into the main, tries hold hugging, but it's just not going to work out. They're going to continue to try to push this. I mean, you don't really have that much time. 1 minute left. That's only like 3 pushes if we're going to be honest, but they're going to let the clock tick down. Try to res Crazy King and do as much damage as possibly, but the whole out comes in. The damage is real from both sides. They're both doing a huge amount of damage. Both great callouts from both teams. Focus Fire is happening, but the Focus Fire is a tad bit better on the side of Love Shack, even though they are antsy. The damage is just too much. Mercia is barely able to skirt that sweet yoink and oink, but gonna get taken out in the long run anyways. If there's any point that Young Boys can take this point, it is going to be right now. Great team play. They have the advantage. The tanks are sleeping and antied right now, but with the Hammond falling down, with the Trans continuing with it up, and this Reaper is not in the position to do any damage. It's looking like Love Shack might be able to get their foothold back and continue to hold this point. 3, 13, 15 seconds, and they still don't even have a single tick. Able to get one. Love Shack is gonna get shut down, and this is going to be it. The point is going to be lost, but they have 35%, so it's not a full hold. If they can full hold Love Shack, they can still win this map.
Yeah, like a full hold though, like that's a very scary thing, especially with how Love Shack have been playing throughout this entire series. So if Young Boys are able to pull off a full hold at the very end, it's going to be impressive to say the least. It's got to be really well coordinated. It's got to be good.
So what do you want to see out of Love Shacks and Young Boys for this defense? Because Young Boys really needs a pull and clutch for this.
I mean, honestly, Young Boys, not Young Boys, Love Shack, they might just straight up go to point again, because a similar issue that, Young Boys had on Hanamura was that they just couldn't touch point in time, and that allowed for, Love Shack to instantly win the map, even if, Young Boys had a chance to clutch that back because nobody on either side had died. But, and I think Young Boys, what they really have to do is make absolute sure, if they are going to hold up top with the bunker, they have to make absolute sure that Roadhog is able to get onto point before it is capped. If they can't, then they will lose. It's just that simple. But if they are going to defend straight on point, there is a possibility for them just to hold it right. But yeah, bunker is definitely the decision that they should be running here. And I find the Widow pick interesting, but ProChamp going onto the Mei is, probably the best choice they could have picked.
Yeah, Crazy King is like, if he can't hit the nasty headshots, it's gonna be really hard to defend.
Yeah, Crazy King he simply has to really hit a lot of headshots. So a lot of pressure going on to Crazy King right now.
Honestly, as we come into the last map of the game, last map of the series, this is going to decide whether we see Love Shack go straight up 4-0, or if Love Shack is going to it can possibly be stopped. Mei has no cryo, so the Focus Fire is going to come down really hard on ProChamp right now, and this is when you get a beautiful wall coming out from Lita. A little bit too aggressive than I would normally like a Mei to play, but it works. If it works, it works, and that's going to be game, everyone. Tex finishing off with a nice few mopping kills, and that will be Love Shack Gaming Academy going 4-0 against Young Boys.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful play coming out from the side of Love Shack Gaming. Just, really showing how dominant they are on that bunker comp. And, Young Boys, they just couldn't adapt to it. And, with really good DPS like Tex and, Tex and Lita just constantly popping off. Look at this combo. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. But, like I was saying, just really good coordination coming out from the side of Love Shack. No Blood, No Soul being honestly a really good Orisa, and honestly has my personal vote for MVP of this match. But Lita and Tex, just really good DPS. They're very consistent, to say the least. And honestly, just good games all around.
Honestly, good games. Young Boys, they really did put up a resistance, but Love Shack, they proved that flexibility, that 12-man roster can really be put to work.
Yeah. By the way, who are we gonna interview?
I don't know. Are we? Is that going to be a thing? We pulling someone in? I know everybody's going to be wanting mid-next gen. Or Tex. That's who everybody's been cheering on in the chat. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Then let's get Minxgen in here then. If that's
Yeah.
who everyone's cheering on. I personally would have voted for No Blood No Soul, but that's
I
just
don't
me.
Let's see. Maybe one of them is shy. I'm gonna turn off the sound for a hot second. Pop in, see who wants to come in, and I'll be right back.
Okay, No Blood it is. What's up, No
It
Blood?
looks like Love Shack is forcing No Blood to come on stream. How you doing, sir?
Y'all.
So Fukumex, why don't you ask the first question?
I would definitely say, like, what was probably the biggest, like, I like to ask this question a lot. What was the biggest weakness that, your team exploited on the side of young boys, Like, what was, like, the biggest thing that you just said, you know what? Let's just abuse that and win instantly.
So, a little bit behind the scenes, we have scrimmed them before. So, we took a little bit of a pre-scouting report on them a couple weeks ago. And we determined that our Orisa Hog Comp is probably our best matchup against their tank line. So that was, alright, so we thought our tank line is better, we play this, and we dare them to come at us. And for the most part, it worked.
Okay. Bite me, you got something?
Yeah, so with Sigma being live and with Tulak being a firm reality set in stone, Tulak is real and Sigma is live. Why did we not see any Sigma come out from Love Shack Gaming tonight?
Given that he just came out in comp, I mean, we've been playing him on PTR and doing PTR practices on occasion. At least me and some other off tanks have. We felt that in this matchup against their tank line, Sigma didn't really provide us with enough pushing power compared to our Orisa Hog comp or our Ryan Diva or Ryan Zarya. So we felt that best to keep to the side and practice more with Sigma while we establish what we've practiced. That way we keep our nerves calmed, and we just do what we practice just one more time.
Okay, and a few more questions. So you guys have an absolutely huge roster. I think it's 12 people.
I believe it's 14.
So, do you guys have like two teams, or is like what's the advantage that you guys? What are some advantages and disadvantages that you guys have from having such a huge roster to work with?
The advantage is that it is next man up. Everybody's on the same page. We all practice the same. We all call out the same. We do things as a team and in a uniform manner. So say I'm not there one game, like last week where Weeaboo had to step in for me. Weeaboo plays all 4 maps and knows exactly what to do on every single map. If Min can't make it one night, Jay is on page. If Jay can't make it, Min's on page. The strength of having this is that it's just pushing out consistent high-level play.
Okay, and what are some disadvantages that you guys have from having such a huge roster?
The only disadvantage that we really have is that in matches, I wish it would go to sets of 7 because that way we get to play everybody, but on some nights we just can't get everybody in match.
That's just how it be.
Everybody on the team is super great about playing time. We're all there to learn, to improve as players. So everybody's real good about playing time. They're like, we'll get our chance, and when when people get their chance, like Min did tonight, they pop off.
Yeah. So how long do your scrims go for? Like those must be forever.
Not that long. We usually do 2-hour blocks. We don't usually run back-to-backs anymore. We used to when we had a little bit of smaller roster and just trying to build up synergies and whatnot. But 2-hour blocks, if we can, we do in-house or inter-team scrims. We're trying to get another one set up here in a couple days so we can learn some new rollouts and whatnot. But the scrims are a fun time. Everybody gets to throw in, and everybody who's currently not playing is picking apart their role's counterpart, just so we fine-tune. We play our practices to play perfect. So when it's game time, we play perfect.
Okay. And one last question before I throw out the soldier, see if he has any questions. Who do you think is the MVP of your team? If it's you, you can say it's you. If you think it's you, you can say you.
MVP is definitely Tex.
Okay.
Tex, for all of his consistent high DPS ability, his biggest strength is that he keeps the energy at a good level. When he's hype, we're hype. When we're down, he brings the hype. And when it comes down to the nitty gritty and we need to get picked up, Tex is always there in comms to bring us up.
Nice. Okay, soldier. Any questions?
Unfortunately, I if I did, I can't really say them or ask them right now because I actually have to attend a admin meeting that we're having tonight, for future events. So,
Good luck.
yeah, thanks, man. It was a great match, man. Thanks for playing for us and giving us a good show.
Thank y'all for having me.
All right, man. You have yourself a good night.
See y'all later.
See ya.
I'm just throwing to production. Sorry, I'm dying here. Anyways, as mentioned, I do have to go somewhat abruptly. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for our Love Shack Gaming versus Vestera's Young Boys, and everybody thank our casters here for doing an excellent job of bursting your eardrums only once. Yeah, we have Mr. Bite Me. You can find him on Twitch on Bite May, because he's a May main. And Fuku Mas, I don't know, are you on Twitch or Twitter?
No, I am not. No, I don't use it.
Yeah, he's not a cool kid, so you can find him here in Discord.
Yeah, just message me and tell me how bad I am. Thanks.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Just BM a little bit. A little BM never hurt anybody, right?
Oh no, no.
Uh-oh.
No, please, God, no more.
No, please.
All right, everybody. Everybody have a good night. I'm gonna post a link in our stream here in a hot second. Join us up on Discord if you're not here. Follow us on Twitch if you can. If you wanna sub to us, we'll be very gracious. All money that we bring in goes 100% back in the community. And that's it. That's my spew for tonight. I'm going to join an admin meeting. Thank you everybody for being here.